Check it out. I've wanted one of these things for a long time. Finally got the chance to buy one several months ago, and I went for it. If you're watching this video, you know that this is the Sebenza by Reeve. A lot of people call this kind of the gold standard of folding knives. The locking mechanism, the fit and feel, the quality of a Reeve knife is unsurpassed. There may be some that are as good, but there are none that are better. I'd heard a lot about it, so I decided to go for it. I'm going to buy my first Sebenza recently from the awesome guys down at Blade HQ. Here it is. Check it out. It's also my first Damascus blade. Isn't that pretty? This is the ladder Damascus. So pretty with the blue thumb stud. That really sets it off, I think. With the solid titanium handle or grip and the lanyard. It's a pretty big knife. I won't give you all the specs. You can look those up online, but it is a big hands. It's a full-size knife. This is one that it's a little heavier and a little bigger than what I prefer to carry as EDC, but when I've got jeans on, working around on a Saturday, this is fine for me. Some of you might carry one of these every day anyway. This isn't going to be a presentation knife. I don't buy any of my knives to sit around and not be used. I'm going to use it and try it out. I actually emailed Reeve, the company, about the Damascus and said, how should I take care of this? So just keep it oiled, make sure it doesn't get, don't cut anything acidic with it, and it should hold up just fine. So I'm going to use it when I am carrying it and throw it on the sharp maker. Excuse me, not the sharp maker, I've got a new one, the Wicked Edge, if I ever need to put the edge back on it. Gorgeous knife. Fit and finish is top notch. All titanium handles there. Hopefully you watched, or if you haven't, you should, as soon as you're done watching this, the video by Blade HQ on Meet Your Maker for the Reeve Sebenza. He details how they make this and the tolerances to which they make this knife, and you can feel it. I mean, there is no blade play there. It locks up, everyone always says, like a bank vault, and it's true. That thing is solid, not going anywhere. And it's I haven't used this one a lot, so it's still a little stiff. I can flip it to open it, but just the usual thumb flip that I use for others doesn't whip it out as fast, but that'll break in, I'm sure. Gorgeous knife. So the question that comes up, is it worth what you pay? Well, just like anything, you get diminishing returns once you get to a certain point. Is it worth paying $200 for a knife, or $100 or $50? What's it worth to you? How is this better than a knife that costs $100? Well, like I said, the tolerances, the fit and finish, and other things that some people appreciate and some people really don't care about. If you don't have any knives and you're looking for an EDC, this is not the knife for you. But if you're looking for something to add to your collection and you know what you want and you're willing to spend the money, I highly recommend the Sebenza. Matter of fact, I liked this one so much. This is the large Sebenza, by the way. I went out and bought its little brother, small Sebenza. And this is the old Glory model, so it's pretty sweet. It's got the US flag there, and again, it's got the blue thumb stud, blue hardware. And this one has got the polished stainless steel blade. Again, these are S35 VN blades. Very sharp. They put a convex bezel on these. It's supposed to hold the edge a little longer and keep it sharp. Again, I'm going to carry this in my hand. You can see that one. I'll put it next to the large. Large versus small. Right there. As far as EDC size, I prefer the small. It just seems to fit a little better. You know, if I was to buy this a small one again, they've got the ones that have micarta or wood inlays. I think I would get that. It's pretty slick right now with just the computer generated graphics or the straight titanium sides. I've held those micarta ones too, and if I was to do it again, I would buy that. But that's not a knock on it. I knew what it was when I was buying it. Beautiful knife. Sebenza, you're going to pay, you know, $400, $500, $600, $700 for one of these knives or more for the limited editions. Again, you know, it's like buying a Rolex or a Mercedes or a BMW. Are the diminishing returns worth it to you? I would not buy this knife if you didn't have a whole collection already. You know, you could buy it for your first knife. It'd be a great place to start, but there's a whole lot of others that do just as good. Let me show you just a quick example. You know, there's a few other liner lock knives from a couple other manufacturers that are great, that offer the same, a lot of the same features of the Sebenza. And, you know, one that I just had laying around that I thought about was the Benchmade Sabrosa. About the same size as the large Sebenza, same color, titanium slabs, about the same size. This one's actually assisted opening, and you know, this is $200. So you can still get great titanium, great finish, beautiful knife, and you don't have to spend the $500, $600, $700. But if you want the original, the Idaho-made Chris Reeve Sebenza, you're going to have to pay for it. Great thing about the Sebenza is that they keep their value. They're holding their value, and if you decide you don't want it in the future, you'll find a good market for this knife. You'll be able to sell it on eBay or on the secondary market without too much problem. Am I glad I bought it? Well, I bought the small one, right? I don't think I'll buy any more. You know, famous last words. I'll keep the small and the large and expand my knife collection horizontally instead of vertically. But they are awesome. Every knife collector should have at least one in their collection, I believe. And give the guys down at Blade HQ a shout out. They will hook you up. Got great selection and good stuff down there. And thanks for watching.